Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Click the bell icon at the top of the page to get notified when I post a new video. Please give this video a thumbs up, it helps the channel grow. Universal Channeling. Channeling the Conscious Universe. Mike Quinsey, Channeling His Higher Self, April 8, 2022. Events on Earth have brought about yet another consideration as to how things are best carried out. It is becoming clear that the old ways are no longer adequate for your needs to operate in a more fair and generous manner. It is also apparent that the people are rising up against the warlords, and look for leaders who also want a peaceful coexistence. The bullies of Earth no longer have the support of the majority of people, and their wishes will be fulfilled. It has to come, as the new age has no place for rule by fear or dictatorship. The power for change lies with the people who have much more influence than they realize. Your destiny was mapped out long ago, but because of your free will, you have been allowed to make your own way to this point in time. You have a history of war and bloodshed and learnt the hard way that using force is never the solution to your problems. Whilst it is true that you have still evolved, the fact remains that you could have reached this point in time a lot earlier if you had learned to live together peacefully. However, you have earned the opportunity to move on to the higher levels, and those souls who are ready and vibrating the highest are assured of ascending. It has been a long journey of many lives as both male and female that ensures you are a balanced being. That may not be realized by the majority of you, but in the far future you will experience a new way of introducing another soul into your family. You will actually choose the souls who will join you. After all, even now you are a mixture of male/female, although some souls tend to be much more inclined towards one gender. It may help you understand why some souls feel that they are in the wrong body, and is probably the result of having too many incarnations running as the same sex. Such problems only exist in the present times and will disappear in due course. No experiences are without value, and all help you build your character so that eventually you become balanced. As you evolve, you begin to have more influence as to how your lives develop and what path you follow. At each stage you always have greatly experienced souls who guide you so as to gain the maximum progress. Your life may at times seem to have no real purpose, but that would be far from the truth. No opportunity is wasted to help you move further along your chosen path. Naturally, there are also souls who have incarnated to be with you as part of your experiences, and they too have their guides who are aware of your life plan and help it along. You can go astray, but sooner or later you will be returned to your intended path that you agreed upon before you incarnated. You could of course totally disassociate yourself from your plan, but that would be highly unlikely. One thing you can be sure of is that by the end of your life you will have experienced the key points of what was planned for you. Between lives you will have discussed matters before you incarnated, and you can therefore be sure that important experiences will have been prearranged. So take all opportunities to experience seriously, as it is most likely they will be intended for your spiritual growth. You have family and friends and wonder what will happen to them if their consciousness has not been developed. As you may imagine, they are like any other soul that is simply experiencing life on Earth, but are presented with challenges that are intended to help them evolve. Their lives are planned just like any other souls, except they are unaware of them, but their guides are on hand to help them through them. In fact, they will overshadow them to encourage the right approach to achieve a successful experience. People do not realize how much attention is given to them to help achieve the right outcome. Some souls do not respond to the help they are being given, but in subsequent lives the same attempts are made to wake them up, and given time they will usually respond. Spirit has unending patience, but if ultimately the soul will not respond at all, another course of action is taken, as no one is ignored or left on their own. So you see that every effort is made to help you keep on your path to completion, and few, if any, realize that once you have ascended you have no need to incarnate into the lower vibrations. In fact, you eventually choose each lifetime and your life plan. Can you see by now that the reality of life is so different to what you imagine, and you'll enter those realms when you ascend? Everything you can do to lift yourselves up will be well worthwhile, as we could say that you haven't lived yet until you do. You have existed in vibrations that are so low they have very little light, and that is apparent from the degree of negativity that exists within them. You who have lifted your vibrations bring more light into them that helps keep the negativity at a lower level. People often realize that you have something about you that makes them feel good and at peace with the world, while the reverse makes them feel uncomfortable and on edge. Helping others is a natural thing for humans to do, as they have an innate feeling of the oneness of all life. They see another themselves and feel responsibility for their well-being. How wonderful it would be if all souls understood their connection to each other, like brothers and sisters in one big family. Yet it will gradually take shape as the vibrations lift up and each soul feels love for all others. Each soul can help achieve such a level by remaining positive and not giving their energy to others who would abuse it. However, just your very presence can have a profound effect on others that helps lift them up. You are all now beginning to move out of the lower vibrations, but it will take time to be acknowledged, and it is part of the plan to lift you all up, and eventually into a period of true peace and friendship that will be lasting. You who have gone through so much deserve it and will no doubt appreciate it after all of the trauma you have experienced. I leave you with love and blessings, and may the light brighten your days and path to completion. This message comes through my higher self, my God self, and every soul has the same connection to God. In love and light. Mike Quinsey. Website, treeofthegoldenlight.com